we're putting together a computer for Goki Jones' Adobe Premiere rendering station. First off, we're going to start with the Core i7 unlocked processor. It is 2600K, runs at 3.4 gigahertz. Right now, we're going to step it up. In order to do that, we get a little bit better cooling. We're going to show you more of that in detail later. 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's more than enough. I don't even know if he's going to use all that, but it was only an extra 30 bucks, so whatever. This is the Nvidia Geforce Gtx 560 Ti. It's from EVGA and it comes super clocked for whatever good that's going to do us. We went with the Nvidia Geforce instead of a Radeon because Adobe Premiere uses this to accelerate its rendering, so hopefully that'll make it a nice step up. Alright, we got not one, not two, but 3 1 terabyte hard drives. The reason we did that is so we can have the application OS on one, media input and project files on another, and the output and all the other documents on the third. So we shouldn't have too much contention on any one individual hard drive. And we didn't want to go with the SSD route. They're still a little bit too small for Goki Jones' needs at this point. Basic motherboard here. This is the Ace Rock P67 Extreme 4. Basically it's compatible with the Core i7 that we talked about earlier and highly rated on Newegg. That's pretty much the only reason we chose that. Basic DVD burner, nothing special about that. Got an extra fan for the case, just so we can have an extra one on the side. More airflow, cooler components. This thing's going to be running for hours on end, so keep it cold, Jim. So we have the Seasonic 650 watt 80 plus gold modular power supply. This should keep everything powered and keep fewer cords in the system, keep it out of the way, keep it clean, keep the airflow going. That's all going to be inside the Cooler Master 922 high airflow case. And we're going to open up this stuff and see what it looks like. Here's a lot of tape. This is going to fall over once I take the box off because it's not meant to be set this way. First, got the back side here, and we have thumb screws, so we don't need tools to take this off, which is always a plus.
Hilarious. You want to try it?
Not really. Looks like all the pieces on the side here. A 200mm fan up front with a red LED, Goki Red, you gotta love that. 200mm fan up top, 120mm on the back. We're gonna throw an extra fan on the side. Our PSU is gonna go down here with the fan at the bottom blowing out that way. So should be a nice airflow. We have some toolless hard drive enclosures, so those should be real easy to snap into place. And even some toolless options for mounting the CD-ROM drive. And your power and reset buttons up top. Easy access. And the whole front is mesh to let the air go through. And this is the place where the motherboard will be mounted. And we have all this space back here to run cords through these holes so they can be behind. Do not use with foods. You got me, buddy.
What is it, sandpaper?
All right, here we go. We're going to install the Seasonic power supply. So we got the bag of cords, which is, for some reason, really nicely packaged. But we won't be putting those cords in just yet. We've got the power supply itself, which comes in this nice velvet bag for some reason. Crown Royal fans will appreciate that. Alright, there it is. Got a fan, it's going to be on the bottom. Power switches on the back. And all these modular cords here. Here we go, we're just going to install the DVD-Rom drive. They just come out real easy. Alright, these little prongs retract and come out for locking the mechanism into place, and we're just going to make sure that they're in. There you go, this is a light scribe unit, so we can create our own fancy disc labels if we want to spend extra on those. Hopefully get it lined up. And that's your DVD drive into the toolless case. These are the drive mounts. They just slide in and out of place here. So you don't have to screw your hard drives in. We're going to install these 3 1 terabyte hard drives. These are the Samsung SpinPoint F3s. They are 7200 RPM 1 terabyte hard drive. The SATA and power connections are going to go towards the back for cable management. Supposed to do that.
I just lost 10 subscribers.
Yeah. Start over. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do on this. Alright, so we're going to snap this into the drive tray. This just slides into the case and latches down. We've got 3 of these drives, so we're going to lock them all in there. We're going to open up the motherboard now. We have a bunch of cables in here. These are the SATA cables for the hard drives. Some power cables, a floppy drive connector, we're definitely not going to use. Books, a back plate for the case, we'll be using that. USB 3 ports, the motherboard. And there's the motherboard, the slot for the CPU, memory, video card. We've got our board ports here for SATA. You get your audio, USBs, LAN. Alright, well here it is, brains of the system. It's the CPU, the Core i7, that small, that's it. And this is the fan that comes with it, that we're not going to use. This is the fan we are going to use. So that is quite a bit bigger, more beefy. It's a lot more heat sink and a lot bigger fan. So it's going to cool it a lot better, and it should run a bit slower and therefore quieter. Alright, so I've got these standoffs here poked through the board, loosely holding on to the back plate of the cooler. I'm going to finish attaching that right now. Which is ridiculous. This requires a lot of force. Alright, it's in. Alright, so the chip is in. Okay, so we just screwed in the Cooler Master Hyper 212 on top of the CPU. Seems to be in there nice and sturdy, and everything's working good. We got it all tightened up. It's not going anywhere. There we go. Alright. Just 2. I'm going to snap on the CPU fan, and I'm going to plug it into the motherboard on the spot labeled CPU fan 1. There it is. That is going to blow air that way through the heatsink and out the back. Drop the motherboard into the case. Hopefully line it up with all the standoffs. We are going to unbox the video card here and install that in the system. Oh, what we got here is a poster. Oh god. Line it up. So we've laid all the cords out behind the back panel here to keep them out of the way of the airflow. We're keeping it looking neat on the front side. It's a little packed on the back side, but they're all tied up. You can see all the cords are off of the motherboard and out through the back side here. The drives are all locked away nice and neat. Here we got the machine running now. I got the doors off still so I can make sure everything's working fine. But I've got the processor overclocked to 4 gigahertz, mild overclock, but we're running off of air and trying to keep the fans low, so that should be good enough. Right now, as you can see, I'm pegging all the CPUs at 100%, running torture test, and we're hitting about 60 degrees Celsius. Staying nice and frosty right now. Expect those to go up a little bit once I slap the doors on, but it's looking pretty good right now. You can see our killer red LEDs here. Goki red. Red and black, just like the site. You know it, you love it. You can turn the LED on and off for some reason. I think that's a little bit worthless, but if you don't like it, you can turn it off. I don't know why you bought it if you didn't like it. Alright, this is the final look of the Goki.com LLC render PC, and it is running Premiere no problem right now. The name of it is J1MJ03. That'll be nice and fun for me to type every time I want to type it. Thanks for that. DVD drive installed here. We got our USB 3 ports, special, the old-fashioned USB 2 ports, and these set up here. It's rolling, every port is working. Things are going good. The only thing left to do is get all of our stuff copied over to it and ready to go on the other machine as a streamer. Excitement. Enchantment. Goki.com, #1 in the world.
Enchantment?
Enchantment.
Marvel vs. Capcom?
Time's up! Time's up! Which team is our winner? Player 2 wins!